guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I would be a little bit of a liar if I said I'm not kind of happy to see this happen. Now, I know a lot of you are maybe engineers, technical people. Maybe you worked for some of these companies and you're getting laid off. I am sorry for that. I'm not talking about you because obviously you enjoy my content and you're kind of on the same page as I am. But if you look at these median salaries of people getting laid off, I doubt this is you. This is usually, small or large managers, upper middle managers, VPs, heads of human resources, heads of diversity, inclusivity, and equity, and all the other crap out there. That's most of the people that's getting laid off. Interesting, though, blue-collar jobs are still in demand. And I'd like to say I'm a little... I'm not happy that I'm right, but I am at least a little vindicated that I keep saying blue collars are going to do fine. The white collars, the middle management. And these are the people, if you look at the people that I have on this thumbnail, these are the people that hate you. Why do I say that? Alphabet, Google, they change search results. They promote certain things over others. If you look at this new chat AI stuff, Chat GPT, I think it's called. You can ask it, hey, tell me a joke about a man, and it'll tell you, a joke about a man doing something. If you ask it, tell me a joke about a woman, it won't. It'll tell you why baby deletion is okay, but it won't tell you why preserving the life of a kid or a baby is good. It's already, going left. So I don't have any love for Google, and of course Alphabet owns YouTube as well, and we know about their censorship. Meta, Facebook, same thing, censoring, information about the jab, about elections, about whatever. Microsoft, probably the same thing with Bing, I imagine. Salesforce, they admitted they went woke. They admitted that they're now hiring and firing and placing positions based on race and, female versus male and all. So, you know what? I'm fine with this. Get rid of all the weirdos in the middle that are probably screwing up business, and let's hope this is a market correction. They say tech wreck, sweeping Silicon Valley, wipes out jobs paying $12 billion amid rich recession as Google plans to cut 12,000 roles. Now, they said that this is $12 billion they're cutting based on 70,000 jobs. I did the math. The average salary amongst all of this is $158,000. Again, I was a network engineer. I was a team lead, and I've said many times, $122,000 was my last year. So, yeah, someone at my position is probably losing something, but if I'm losing a job, so somebody that's making $300 or $200 if we're averaging it out to $158. So they're getting rid of the middle management and the worthless people, like I said before. They say the tech wreck sweeping Silicon Valley has wiped out tens of thousands of jobs, paying a combined $12 billion annually. An analysis of the largest recent cut show. And it's cut off here on my screen, but it's also cut off for me because apparently Daily Mail doesn't know how to implement screen resizing to where if you slide your screen over, it will rearrange the the words. Guess what? That's basic web design. I'm sure many of you web designers know that's not that hard to have it resize the wording and paragraphs based on the screen size. But if I know this, why doesn't Daily Mail know this? It's because they hire people that aren't good at their jobs and pay them too much money, which is what gets you into a place like we are right now. They say the recent wave of steep job cuts has hit highly paid skilled workers. The hardest companies that have soared during the pandemic now slash costs to brace for an economic slowdown. Meanwhile, in reversal of typical trends during a turndown, blue-collar workers remain in hot demand, leading some to dub the layoff sweeping skilled roles as rich recession or a white-collar recession. This is the stuff that I was a kid in the 70s during kind of the recession that we had back then. And that was when Jimmy Carter came in. But I do know my history. And during that time, we had car manufacturers, we had steel workers, we had a lot of production over here in the United States. And while those jobs did lessen quite a bit, even back then, it was most of the middle and upper management that were let go from manufacturers or from sales or from banks or whatever. Because, a manager, yes, he helps facilitate things, but when it really gets down to it, you still have to make, ship, deliver, create all the products. I said make and create, same thing, but all the products. And then you have to keep salespeople around to sell the products in many cases. They start trimming at the top and work their way down because they can get rid of the fewest number of people for the most money. And that's what these tech people are doing. So, like I was saying before, guys, these are the people that hate you. These are the people that are censoring everything and telling you they don't like your views. And some of them may be in the tech sector as well, but as they say here, they actually say this in the next paragraph, a lot of people that are well qualified are finding more jobs. So if you're an engineer that knows what you're doing and you get laid off from one of these companies, you'll get rehired. If you're some middle management Karen that works at human resources, likely you're not. They say at just 7 large tech firms, the job cuts announced in recent months. Total. Let me resize this. Total. I really hate poorly designed web pages. At 7 tech firms, recent months totaled nearly 70,000 jobs. Amazon, and remember, most of these in the other article I did about this talked about are from Amazon Prime. Many of those are from Prime. They're from the voice devices, because even those things are going stupid woke because the information they're being fed is woke. Alphabet, which is Google and YouTube. Meta, which is Facebook. Salesforce, like I said, and Twitter, of course. Elon trimmed them from 7,500 all the way down, and they're getting rid of or got rid of another 3,700. Here's those median salaries. Now, I left Amazon off here because they did say down here, the figure does not account for the fact that Amazon, which has a large logistics workforce and a median salary of just 29,000, has primarily targeted higher paying corporate roles in its total announced cut of 18,000. So what they've done here is these are the median salaries, not of the people getting laid off, but these are the median salaries of the workers, I guess. Amazon's a lot lower here at 29, and HP is still pretty good at 67. What they're saying here is, yes, the average is 29, but we're going to be laying off the high-paying corporate roles. These are the people that, spit on you because you're only a roofer or only an HVAC tech or only a carpenter or only a plumber, even though you might be making $70,000 or $100,000 a year. These people are going to be out of a job. It also does not include the many thousands of jobs that have been cut at smaller tech companies that are not household names. So there is even more than what they're talking about here. Tech-driven firms cut more than 150,000 workers last year. So again, as the free money goes away, all the high-paying, jobs, these women that are walking around around their campus showing off, everything they're getting, and they're in a think tank and they're getting free breakfast. That ride is gone, man. That ride is toast. And all these entitled little brats are going to be pissed off because they don't really have anything to offer, but they accept school loans and an attitude. And I think that's who's going to get banged up the most in this. They said, despite the widespread layoffs, hiring freezes, and cost-cutting taking place in tech, many tech workers are finding reemployment remarkably quickly, said Julia Pollack, chief economist at ZipRecruiter. So that means, again, if they do have to lay you off, but you are a good engineer, a good whatever. I don't think there's too many good HR. No one needs to beef up their HR firm. No one needs to beef up their diversity group. They may want to beef up or get better engineers. And probably what they'll do more than likely is they'll hire on, really qualified engineers, give them a cut in pay, which is unfortunate, but that's what kind of happens during this tightening of the economy. And they'll let go of their worst engineers. That's how they did it at my company, at least when I used to work for them. In November, wages for the bottom quarter earners were up 7.4% from a year ago, outpacing inflation. That's wrong. Officially, it's outpacing inflation. It's not really. While wages for the top quarter rose just 4.8. So, in other words, the people at the bottom got almost twice as much a raise as the people at the top. Again, none of that comes even close to inflation. Although top earners started off from a much higher base, the trend illustrates how the job market has shifted to favor low-income workers who remain sought after by employers. Now, what they're saying here is when they do talk about low income, they're not talking about minimum wage workers. I mean, they may be, but what they're actually talking about is the people that are, the producers, the hands-on people, the people that will, work out in the sun and break a sweat versus the people that want to sit behind an air-conditioned laptop or a laptop in air conditioning. In November, job openings in the U.S. declined slightly, so to 10 million, which represents 1.74 jobs for every unemployed person in the country. So it means there's almost 2 jobs for every one person that is unemployed. That doesn't sound like a great thing. Why? Why are these positions not being filled? Because people are getting money from the government. People are getting handouts. People are getting child support. People are getting, whatever from the government. And so they don't have to work. Or many of them, like I said before, are these kids that were getting, $800 or $600 a week for unemployment. They decided to stop paying their rent, move back home, live with their family. They collected unemployment for 6 months. They got $5,000 in their pocket. I don't know if it's sitting in the bank or what they're doing. And they're living at home, and mom and dad are paying the bills and buying the groceries. And I've done stories on this, how young people, and now like half of them are living at home up to the age of almost 30. Right? They're taking advantage of this. Anyway, they keep talking about unemployment rates are great and they're below 2 or 3%. But again, you have 10 million jobs open. A lot of these numbers don't necessarily make sense. So I'm not going to drill down into it. But a lot of them don't make sense. But what are we learning? We're learning these cushy jobs, these middle management and upper management jobs, the jobs that are not important are going to go away because tight money now. No one's getting the free loans anymore. And this will continue throughout this year. I think you will hear more layoffs. You'll hear accelerated layoffs. I'm guessing these companies that they talk about here, I'm guessing these companies will do another round of it. And what's in demand right now? The blue collar stuff. And because during the hard times, you still need plumbing, you still need electricians, you still need roof repair, you still need road repair, and construction may shift away dramatically at this point. But if you're on a crew that does, like municipal work, or you're fixing roads or things like that, that'll probably continue because the government's not slowing down spending money. I bet all these companies do another round or 2 of layoffs this year. We're going to get into it. Like I said, this is the year that the truth really comes out, because you can lie about numbers all you want. The government can, everybody can, but the truth will be seen. And I think we're going to see more of that truth. But right now, the Richie Riches of the world are getting their comeuppance, and I'm kind of glad for it, because the good ones will find new jobs. These other ones, and these are all companies that censor everybody and tell them how they need to live, and they act all mightier than now. And the good engineers that are losing their jobs are going to find something else. So I think this is a win. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll see you in the next video.